Bear. Oh, my coffee didn't get hot enough. Ba ba ba. Welcome back from ads to the ghosts of my chat. Ow. Well, 1d4 to myself, I guess. My sinuses are clear. when the wizard no longer casts Fireball and instead casts Cannon. Ah, he's gone down the dark magic route. Science. Hello? Thank you. Welcome on in. Yeah. Yes. Hi. Judges. Oh no, I got hiccups. Bop, bop, bop. This is gonna be a fun one. We're starting a new project and I have to have it done in like 2 weeks. Did you use holy water defense, say some magic words, or just hit him with a piece of wood in the heart? Not too bad. Or did you do the really fun one? You just break a sink so then it creates a small stream running through your kitchen and then stand on the other side of it and go, haha, can't cross running water, bitch. Vampires have some of the dumbest nerfs to their powers for being, like, such OP creatures. Uh-huh. How is it a consensual attack? Well, then that's not an actual vampire. That's pretending to be a vampire. Are you guys hearing that beep again? Because I'm hearing a beep again, and I thought I deactivated that. Hang on. There, that should do it. Okay, that's fixed. God, I keep changing that and it keeps breaking. Also, hope the blood test went well. Alright, now to start the new project. Wham, 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 wham. Man, where's her reference? I know I had it in here. I just had her give it to me the other. I'm gonna go to DMs and get that from Opie. Should be big enough. Fair. Easy enough. Boink. No. So she don't have much in the chesticled area. Why would having normal blood pressure be weird? I mean, as long as you get a little exercise and eat right, usually that stays pretty good, unless you have some major issue going. Has it been that bad for a while or something, or? Well, I mean, usually some cardio plus eating, veggies. Fair enough. Yes, and I surrender. I'm really taking my time to do anything, aren't I? Okay, me. Also, I'm waiting for people to show up, but the new video will, or the. Fair enough. But the new update will be coming for since we hit the goal. So prepare yourselves for those who actually care about that. Oh my god, my cat is on freaking crack. Yeah, I said it last week or the other day, but I had to make the video after. Which didn't take long, but considering I had a power outage yesterday, my cat is on complete acid right now. Alright. Where's that image I have? Yep, that'll work. I need this to be bigger. There we go. Actually, wait, that means I should probably have made this wider. Yeah, well? Oh, hey, Ed. Sorry, I couldn't see my chat. Also, my coffee still feels cold. That sucks. Okay, edit canvas. Oh, that's the wrong canvas, game. Oi. What's going on, Ed? Or are you just here to lurk? If so, have a good lurks. Chaos in the G pen. Make the pen a lot smaller. Time for basic shapes. So the head stays kind of like this. A little bit of a tilt. I think I made that a little too high up. That should probably have more of a cutoff right here. Yellow? Is that Ramshackle? Hey Ramshackle, how's it going? Welcome on in. Bom, bom, bom. Ah, cat hair everywhere. What's up today, buddy? Okay. I take it the fans probably spoiled the plot. Which can really suck, yeah. People forget one of the major reasons a series dies is when they kill it themselves by taking away all the like fun out of it for everybody. Oh my god, cats. What you mean by that specifically? Like, are you talking like characters from other series like Fairy Tail and all that, or? Oy. Let me see. So her trap is gonna start right here. Let's just do basic shape. Shoulder does this. Even the body doesn't really have a lot of. Hmm. So this goes up this way. I mean, some of this is gonna be her coat and everything, so that ain't gonna be too bad. I know, but like I was saying earlier, I think vampires happen to be one of the most underpowered, like nerfed characters in all of fiction for being one of the most overpowered kind of like creatures possible. Like legitimately, they have almost every power under the sun, and then we just went, yeah, they have the dumbest nerfs like running water. Trying to see all the shape in this. Okay, so zoom out, please. There we go. I mean, I don't feel like she's really Aqua is really a ice parody. She's water based, but it feels like they were just going for anybody who is a like liquid or cold based character in fiction, or at least anime. But how was that destroyed by the fans? Because that just feels like it just didn't have popularity really. That's not really destroyed by the fans. That's on the writer, and also how it was marketed. Well, I mean, were they actually those characters? No. So, I mean, I don't see why that's that big of a deal. Also, I don't know if that's fully the fans actually did that. Like I said, that can just be the marketing wasn't that great on it. Yeah, but I mean, there's different types of ways to get into Shonen Jump. There's like one shots that people submit because they're trying to get their name into Shonen Jump to possibly work for them, or there's people who are established series. It depends on where they're located in Shonen Jump. The way that Shonen Jump operates is they're a company that goes, okay, we have our major series, and then we have competitions where people submit one shots. Sometimes it's even one shots by people who already work for them, just because they're trying to get something else out there. They're seeing what sticks by throwing it against the wall. If it doesn't catch, it doesn't catch. They don't continue it. There's like two that are by Tai Kubo, who's the creator of Bleach, that I really wanted to see go, and he just made those as like exercise. He literally did like a one shot, and I was like, no. Hmm. That's going way too low. This has to come up more. This would be the torso. Oh, great. I'm going to have to do that perspective thing. I got to figure out how the hand is going to get bigger over here while still keeping this in the center. To Pinterest! That's probably the closest I'll get. Okay, so, like usual, we gotta do a little foreshortening. And also the stuff that cuts off on each other, so the hand would really be more like here. Or the forearm. And the hand's going to be coming up off of that. Actually feels good to do something a little simpler than what I was just doing. Okay, we got that. This has to follow a much stronger curve, I feel. Let's erase some of this right here. And then if you're pulling on a chin... Okay, I want that to be a little bit lower. Rotate like that. There we go. That way the links will make sense when I get to them. That's to go inside. God, there are so many series that are out there that I wish could have made it, though. Because, I mean, there's been, like, some really amazing stories that people started, or at least they felt amazing, and then they just never went anywhere. Oh, that just reminded me. There's a new one that came out I gotta check out. It's like something and the Magic Witch or something like that. It's got another like overpowered like teacher character, but they made her some super OP witch, and I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll find it. Hmm. So let me see. This should come up, and it kind of dips down. This one does the same. Oh, this finger should have a little bit more to it right there. And kind of comes up. Actually, wait, that's the second. Hang on. They really experimented when they made the music for Devil May Cry, I'll say that much. Da, 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 da. The heck? Oh. Trying to get this first knuckle to look right. Everybody always wants to do the hand open for an impressive pose, and I'm like, why can't I get a fist right though? That's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's move this over, get a little bit more of the hand in it. In it. When did I get British? So if I'm doing this, then I want this to also slant this way. We got 1, 2. Make a better tomorrow. Knuckle go here, knuckle come up. Trying to think of the shape of hand. Thumb go under fingies. Fingies do this to give shape. Need a little more size on that side. I need to use my own hand as a reference, I think. Oh! I'm doing it again where I'm trying to draw them all, and the thing is they would actually be like covering over each other, so they'd be slowly like segmenting each other down. Break it down into shapes, me. Break it down into simpler shapes. We got a rectangle here. Then you have kill me. Oh my god. Seriously. Oh, hi Ginny! Sorry I didn't see you come in. How you doing? How you No! We're not on Lick's eyeball. Pen. Okay, so if this is the last finger, let's see. It'll do this. This finger will lap over that one. Just a little bit. Oh, don't forget that there will be some of the finger going back. But yeah, this finger laps, comes up, laps over. Dun, 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 dun. And this is the only one where you're not going to see the part of the finger that goes back, because this finger is going to take up more space than the others, because it's the forefront. Really want that to have that little bit of extra right here. Not kill me. Yeah, it's always funny to me that people in the fan base of Devil May Cry have such like a thing for Virgil being like so amazing, and it's like every story he's in, he lost. Like the reason he's in the original story was he lost to Momen, I think was the name of the demon lord, and then was brainwashed. The prequel story in 3, he lost like 3 different times, only beats Dante once, and that's only partially because Dante isn't using his full power and Virgil's going all out. And then like every other story is basically lost, lost, lost. But he's such an edgelord cool boy. That's about it. Let me see. So this knuckle sticks out right here, comes down, and then part of the thumb. Oh wow, that middle one should actually be a lot bigger. It should be like here more. God, I gotta get better at seeing the shapes and just being able to do them quickly. Let's erase that for now. Still feels like it's getting pressed off. Maybe I'll just make the canvas a little bit wider. And then you got a little bit of the thumb doing this. There's that. That's where the knuckle joint is. Does this. Other joint. Comes up. Builds into the hand. and then has like a ridge bit right here that builds into the one knuckle. Charles. Why am I making this knuckle so freaking rounded? Should be a little bit smaller and more pointed. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just warp it up. Light. Get a little bit of that forearm bend right there, and you really would just go straight into a shoulder. You'd basically not see the bicep at all. Maybe a little bit right here, you'd see it. Hey, Bigley! I wonder if I should give her painty nails. I'm having another one of those, like, am I gonna have time to get this all done moments. Yep, I was right. So, off of this, you would have maybe a little bit that's right there. And this finger still feels a little off. Feels like it should be more like right here. Trying to think like how, even though it's very subtle, would female hands have a slight different change to their like set for knuckle, all that, without making it too misshapen? Mm-hmm. 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 Your demon dream to my father of a tree unseen that shall rain to my father by the water at night stars cry the devil's cry. Oh, that is something I was overlooking. So the knuckles should go do, 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 and then come up. So this pinky is a little too low down. That up to there a little bit. Wait, why didn't I just think of that in the first place? I know the perfect reference. Yep. As soon as I opened it, I found at least one of 3 references. Now I just need to find the one that gives me the best angle on it. Okay, I was still putting this thumb too high up. That's... Chase the laser, chase the laser, chase the laser, chase the laser. My cat wanted to go, so it's go time. Laser pointer out. Op, op, op. Op, 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 op. Oh, oh, y'all gotta be quicker than that. Come on. Come on. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, so let's see. We're going to lower this down just a little bit. Oh. Hang on. Yeah, this comes down, goes over. More knuckle right here. Finger slides under. Then you have some of the knuckle that goes here. Goes into that. You can see the secondary part of it right here. I need that to be a little bit rougher looking. Okay. Now it's time for the fingy. Fingy got a little bit right here. Go up. Bunches out because there's a little bit of like grip right there. Knuckle ridge. Here, do this. Enjoy the alert cue. Also, sorry again, everybody, for no stream yesterday. Power got knocked out, so woke up a little bit late. Had to reset everything. It was kind of shitty. Just control. Ah. So this should start here, come down, then do this. Give a little bit of an indication of a squeezed knuckle. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so this finger and this finger are definitely getting eclipsed too much. I need that to be a little more standoutish. I'm getting bigger. Bang, bang. Every time I look at it, I see another detail that I'm missing. Ow, what? Who dare? Hey, Trash Panda. How's it going? Why the bonks? I'm still cramping this in too much into the... Grumbles. How dare. When you realize the big solution to why is it not looking right is just move the damn piece over, moron. Give it some space. Falls around my soul, hunter within loses control. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. Let it out, gotta let it out. Inside has a hold on me. Power trying. But how you doing this morning? I am starting new art piece that I'm hoping to have done in a week. And knowing my pace of art flow, maybe? Let's go. Funny enough, I actually started doing my workouts like right after stream as I'm getting ready to go to work. Let me see, so this would go here, this dip off. And that's where it hits that like loop under. Because doing mine after work used to be my major thing, but since my job is on overtime, I get home way later, so I'm way more tired, and then it's just like, well, now I'm fighting sleep, so if I take pre-workout at night to try and give myself that little energy boost, then I'm gonna have caffeine in my system and be up and wired, and it's So I had to find a solution, and my solution has been smaller workouts, kind of broken down between right before I leave for work, so I get like a 45-minute lift in focusing on one part, and then I do another like 30 minutes when I get home for just that part again. Maybe I'll start working in like a counterpoint to it. Also, let's rotate this a little bit. I don't like it being up so much. I wanted this to be more like it's whipping it. So it would be more like this. And it surprisingly works pretty well as long as you stay focused on it. Keywords there. Stay focused. Yeah, that's been like the ultimate pain is just finding ways to work around job. Which sounds really stupid, but it really is that big of a fucking pain in the ass. I feel like I don't want her head to be fully, like, straight on, which is kind of how I drew it here. Well, it's even more of a pain when your job keeps shifting hours. Which is like the ultimate issue I run into all the time. My company in the last 2 years changed us by an hour of when our start to stop time is, which was already a massive pain in my ass. On top of that, then they did, oh yeah, we need you to do different hours because they wanted me to work early and then they wanted me to work late. And then they have me on overtime right now, which is just adding hours. And also welcome on in, Badzuka. It's been a minute. How you been? Fair enough. Other than the complaints I just made, not too bad. Trying to figure out how I want this to look. And then I wanted to do that whole blur effect on it. I still feel like I made this too pressed. The hand is too big, maybe? Yeah, that's one of the things that I hit a lot of the times is job tends to take away a lot of the things I want to do. And then it kills my social life altogether. But I try not to dwell on that. I feel like that's one of those things that only people who have more stressful jobs start to understand. And then you try to find ways to like continue having hobbies and a social life, even if, everything tries to get in your way and it just makes it even harder. Legitimately had friends like basically think that I'm just ghosting them, and I'm like, no, I have a job. It sucks. But, nothing else pays my bills. I know, this is like one of my only socials. And it kind of, I love it, but it kind of sucks that I can't find a way to do anything else. Maybe I shouldn't have her shoulder. Focus on the shape first. Quit thinking about those details. And then, really, because of how I have this, I'm not really planning on doing much with her body, like exposing. A lot of that's going to get covered too. Oh, this is definitely off. Yep. Da, da, da. Let me see. So you would have a little bit of forearm right here. I would really appreciate it if it would stop switching to a different color and stay on the blue that I have. I see. So this would have like this that goes into a forearm. Hello. Hey, Soul. Welcome on in. Welcome to I'm struggling with perspective on a hand at the moment. Oh, I gotta talk to Wendy about that. Da, 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 da. What do I want to do with this arm? I'm not liking that it's just going up and disappearing behind her. Should I have it like down? Like it's gonna throw a punch? Yeah, I kind of like the idea like it's gonna throw a punch. Like just have it like, if I put the other fist right here. Knuckles would be like there. Thumb would kind of be lapping over right there. Something like that. 3. A little bit of this going on. God, I gotta hammer more human anatomy into my brain. Again. Hmm. Oh, I'm screwing that up. We can work off of this. Like, there's shoulder. This is where bicep and all that would come down at. You'd have some of the forearm that goes up like this. Goes in. Because it's always a pain to get that right. That's a little wide. Welcome back from ads, everybody. How were they? Were they ad-rific? Ad mania? Ad site monte? Also, how's anybody else playing Night Rain? Because even off stream, I've actually started playing that for like an hour every night. Kinda ragey. Or am I the only one in my friend group playing it again? Outside of a couple of the streamers I know. I did confirm last night though, you can get a tail cut on one of the bosses. So they brought tail cut mechanics back into the game, which does drop rarer loot because I got an insta purple out of it. And they made it easier because you could actually lock the tail. So I guess I'm going to go back to the rule of if I see a boss that has a tail lock on, I'm going for that fucking booty. Ah yes, Dark Souls 1 lore laws. Hug the booty, hug the booty, hug the motherfucking booty. Do do do. me see. So this should be the thumb. Thumb is coming up right here, doing this, goes down, does this little bump. Too high on that bump point. Wow. You got your knuckles right here. Those should be following some sort of like arch. Trim this down a little bit. Then of course, let's erase some of this away. Elbow should poke back more, so if this is the forearm, would you see some of that elbow? It's gonna go straight into a shoulder, I know that. Life. That feels a little better. For at least getting the shapes right. Holy hell. And then the problem is where is the pelvis and all that going to be located? Well, let's see. She actually has pretty well set hips for her body size for the rest of it. So she's got. Oh my god. I am going to give her so much shit. She's got the fucking Tatsumaki build, but like stretched out. She's just long Tatsumaki. Oh, I'm gonna make Opie angry. To those who don't know, this is a friend of mine. Her birthday's coming up at the end of the month, so I'm doing an art piece real quick, and then this will be the last one before I start doing my live 2D work again. And live 2D work is going to be all focused around doing stuff for my model. Also, everybody be prepared to check your Blue Sky and Twitter after stream for something I'm announcing. What are good action poses? I already have this, but I'm trying to think what is her lower body doing? Because it wouldn't be like hunched forward, would it? Like it would be in motion because I have the idea that that chain is going to be in her hand. Huh. Wait a minute. So would there be torso here, and then that's going to get crunched in. And then this would mostly be like here. Let me see. So if this is the pelvic area, this would come up, shoot over. So the hip would have to be above this, which doesn't really look right with how the body is folding forward to me. Figure it out as you go. I like how I have to talk myself through it, otherwise my brain just starts like seeing too many things. Ah! Huh? It's Mecha Rodan. It's Mecha Rodan! Well, come on in, Mecha. How's it going? Or would you prefer Rodan? Great name. Absolutely. I feel like I need to give her a stronger stance. Rodan's good. Okay. Also, thank you for the first time chat. What brings you in? How you doing today? Yeah, I tend to do that. That's mostly so a connoisseur of the good punchy. Thank you. I'm trying to make a birthday present for a friend, and no, I kind of knew that was coming. I'm just working on getting everything in place first. Don't know why I always flipped the thumbs. Probably because I'm thinking of hand down. The only issue I'm having right now is placing the hips, because after I get that in place, then I can do the rest of it and actually start adding details. Because I'm feeling like the legs are wrong. Like they should be wider set, but first I have to get. So if this is the pelvic area, let's make that a little more. Because there'd be a twist to the body. Goes around. So, any reason you're like anime or art pieces with fist, or is it just you like art piece with fist is all? Which is completely based. Oh, maybe I have to do this and then I'll like it a little bit more. Huh. Or am I putting the pelvis too low and I'm not crunching the torso up enough? My cat has the face of a goober right now. He heard me say that. He came over. Oh, I should actually be pushing the torso up even more. Hang on. Oh! Oh! When you look at something and then it unlocks in your brain that you screwed up because you didn't put a few key details off in another spot. So let's go here, do this. Like that. Even though some of this is going to get covered up, who cares? Shoulder. The head feels like it should actually probably get lowered a little bit more. I might actually have to erase a little bit of this. That way I can press more of the body up. Behold, thumb is no longer on the wrong side. Wow. Let me see. So yeah, torso. What? Cat. Meow. Yeah, you want pets? Come over here and get your pets. Buddy keeps walking away from me and expecting that I'm gonna like suddenly be next to him petting him. Let me see. So if that's that, I need a different color. Ah, huh? Hello? Cosmic Carnage? Cosmic Carnage. Hey, welcome on in. Thank you for the first or for the follow. Really trying to compress this up. Also, if this is like this, the shoulder would still be popping out a lot. You have some trap right here. And then you'd have this doing that. And get this tucked under here more. Yep, hi buddy. You want pets? Come over here. Hand is literally right next to you. But how you doing today? Welcome on in. I'll make that a little bit more of a detailed fist later. For the fistening. I think I need to make a separate layer underneath this so I can figure out how I want the legs. Because all I'm picturing is almost like the body coming out of something. Like running out of a building, moving through a wall, any of that, which then would obscure the legs like a shit ton. But I don't necessarily want to do that. But I don't want it to be like some awkward, like leaning forward pose that just doesn't look right either. Once I get this pose out of the way, maybe I could pull something that they do in a lot of comics. I just start to superimpose the head a little bit with it. No, no, because the fist is forward. So if I superimpose the head, that would just create a very weird proportion thing that I'd have to work down. Where it's at right now is good. I just need the legs to be different. Unless I want to go a little graceful with it and like have the legs kind of like popping backwards. To the second Pinterest. That is a fat pup. Well, I guess like she doesn't really have. I'm gonna message her something. I want to see what her response is. Mm, mm. The fistening. Zach, I feel like everybody just does that. Like they throw the hip out and then they make it more sexy. And I don't know if I really want to go for like the more sexy. It's also the fact of like, wait, what if I? Okay, most of her pelvis would be like here. Also, she got really wide set hips, so like legitimately wide set. So they would do this. Hmm. Oh, I'm making this too forward. This should be tilted down more. This should be like here, goes up. Okay, that gives me more of an idea on how the pelvic structure. Ah! Eh. Thank you, Draconia. How you doing? Bum 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 bum. I should have definitely started drawing this on a different layer just so I could keep a separation. You gotta keep them separated. Hey, be no mine. Not an 18, you're doing any time. Hey, hey, come out and play. Wow, that's a deep set fucking song. Anything though, this should be like up higher. Maybe over more? Okay, that should do a little bit better. And then, if anything, this would actually. Little pieces are starting to come together and make sense in my brain. So, that would be actually more over here. Let's do the little torso trick. Do a little X right there. This. And that comes off like that. So who's everybody's like favorite action anime character? I mean, mine's for action comedy simply Saitama. They haven't really made a good action character in a minute that I've been like obsessed with. I know a bunch of people were like super riding Gojo there for a while. I don't know. JJK actually kind of fell off to me after like season 2. Even before Gojo, all the Gojo stuff went down, it was just like I don't know. That series just could not keep me, and everybody else was like raving about it. And I'm like, it's okay. It was fun to meme on. Okay, so then if she had that. Yes, we are fisting art today. Just like how I fisted those monsters last Saturday. Hi, Ghost Queen. How's it going? How was the rest of the monster killy stuff? Oh, I found out something last night, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, but so in game last night, I found out tail cuts are a thing still. They brought back tail cuts for Night Rain. I got Gaping Dragon in one of the solo runs I was doing, and I just went and tried it. Yep, and it gave me actually a purple that I then didn't use in the boss fight. I got so tilted. Okay, remember when I said I almost beat it? The floating jellyfish thing that does the sleep attack, the really annoying one. Guess how much HP he had left? Like the tiniest sliver in the corner. I freaking melted him for like the first part of this. Yeah, he was literally a one shot. And then what happened is I went to hit him, and you know those hands that are around the arena that he spawns? One of them slapped through him and apparently slapped me before my hit landed. That's why I got so pissed. I couldn't see it. I also got screwed on 2 boss fights. I killed a boss and couldn't get the item off of them because another boss spawned in, and I couldn't fight that boss because the flames were there. So I couldn't grab the item out of it because I went to interact, but the boss was already trying to spam it, like, stuff on me. I'm like, what the fuck, game? I mean, I get that it's a roguelike and there's some bullshit to it, but every once in a while it feels like the interface mechanic is more of the challenge of open thing up and grab item out of the thing that you just beat. Which makes very little sense to my brain. Especially when one of those was, it said, where do I want to put the weapon I just got from this, like, from the boss fight? And guess what? I had 2 open slots. Why does it just not default those items into my open slots and make me, or let me change it later? Outside of that, no, I'm having a blast with this game. It's just, I'm trying to make Wilder into an absolute destruction beast. And I think I figured it out. Now I'm just trying to get this pose right, because I'm not, like... Oh no, that's definitely part of the fun. It's just... I don't like when an interface is... half the time, if I open the thing up and I click an item, like I choose this one, and then it just puts it into my item slot, and then the second time I open it up, I still have open spaces, I click the item, and it goes, okay, what space do you want to put it in? Why does that change? Like if it was just going to be one or the other, I'm fine with that. I don't like that it alternates, which then makes it like, why is this mechanic function changing? When I still have open space. If there was like no spaces and I tried that, I'd completely understand it. But since I had 2 open slots, I don't. I really want to start unlocking that. I need to beat a second boss so bad. It's just hard because I've only been able to go solos after, our collab, because nobody's ever playing when I'm able to play. When you only can ever do something super late at night because your job, which yet again brings me back to complaining about jobs, so I'll shut up. God, I have an idea for this, and yet it's just not clicking to me about how this should be tilted for her leg. I guess it's kind of that, but no, that's too far poked out. Give me more like an actual fighting stance. Who'd have thought on a piece where I'm doing 2 hands, the problem would be how I have the hips pointed. Oh! Is that how that works? It didn't do that for me. I gotta try that next time. Hang on. Chlamydia, got it. You see, I was gonna say 2B because she'll never be able to, have anything online that's safe. You've heard of chlamydia? Only heard of it? God, I want to do that pose sometime. What, chlamydia? Just going with the common thing that I say, all kids are actually just an STD. You can only get them through having sex, and guess what? They're gonna cost you a lot medically. There we go. I found a pose that's... Ha! Oh, that works so much better. I can erase half of this now. Like I said, I hate when I'm trying to come up with something for a pose and then it's not clicking, and then all of a sudden I'll like see something later, and that something makes everything like fall into place in my brain. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. Yeah, well, I'm taking that's Neko. Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen right now. Hi, Neko. How you do? Let's lower the fist a little bit. And what we're gonna do is okay. Push up the rib cage again a little bit more. I like how I'm just slowly and slowly turning this into like a different kind of pose every time. Shoulder goes. Let's go. What you working on today? Also, we do have question of the day for anybody else who wants to like get in on it. Let's go. I still need to draw you something one day, but like I said, I'm trying to start focusing on stuff for me for my own channel. And then I need to go back to drawing my friends. So if this leg goes like this. Hang on. I'm gonna shrink this entire piece. Work on it that way. And then resize it. Hello? Huh? Iris? How's it going? Been a minute. How you been? Everybody, if you don't know Iris, actually super based artist, always eepy. Go check them out. That I feel pain just hearing that. I'm terrible with PC stuff, so rebuilding an entire one would be an absolute nightmare for me, and also the funds. You are always perceived. Your art is amazing. I will praise my friends every time I see them for that. Right now, I am struggling with doing anatomy because I have idea in my head. Okay, we're gonna have this. Thigh gonna come up like this. I'm sorry. I hope it all work out. Well, I mean, your PC's obviously fixed because you're talking to us right now, and you're saying that you worked on it, so I'm happy to hear that. Hey, you know what this means? I can bully you into doing a collab again, and we can do some art together. Instantly hisses at me. Also, do you have Night Rain? Have you played Night Rain? Do you wish to discuss Night Rain? Have you heard the joys and the wonders of Night Rain? I really should do something like that at some point. Noted. Looks at Steam friends list. mm, Not quite what I had in mind. Wait, would the knee maybe do up to here? Then we can have it shoot back. Actually, have this foot bend up a little bit more. More like there. And then we can actually shrink that down a little bit too. Yeah, that would drive me crazy. So how strong the new PC? Can it handle Night Rain? I'm such an idiot. Oh, that's way stronger than mine. Oh, I mean, it's not like my brain's gonna identify all of it. I'm not as good with tech as y'all. I just go PC strong, PC weak. Yep. Never really learned any of it and have tried, but nobody good at explaining it to me. So I just kind of like fumble around in dark. Let me see, I need this to be. But this also means I can send you memes again. Smiles. Oh, I'm making this way too low. This. If your ankle is at this, it's not going to just 90-degree break like that. There's a. More like that. Yeah. You One, high cloud jumper. Two, you know you don't have to ask to post pictures in Discord. That's a community thing. I want people to do that because then it makes, people feel more open to share their stuff. It's just a place for people to hang out. Why does everybody think that they have to ask to post stuff there? I'll check it in just a minute. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm not understanding anatomy again. Give me just a sec, I'll check it. Why is this foot looking absolutely broken? That would make sense. No, this should go way farther out. Like, this should be... Sorry, I'm really obsessed with trying to get this anatomy to look good at the moment. Or, not anatomy, perspective. So this should do this. Should have like that. And then... It's still not good enough. Because this should be way back here. I'll keep playing with that perspective. It should be a lot smaller by the time you hit the foot. That foot don't look right. I mean, we're doing the basic shapes here, buddy. Calm down. And that would be... I mean, there is a section in the Discord for that. Okay, did you DM them to me, Iris? Okay, there it is. Parts list. ADM, that's a 790 or 7900X. GeForce RTX 4070. That's, yeah, definitely a lot stronger than me. Yeah, your PC definitely makes mine look like, you know, piss baby, little fucking dick, no energy having ass motherfucker. That is a very, very interesting painted little boy. Hey, I mean, my PC is not strong. It's strong for like a couple years ago, but right now, in comparison to a lot of other people's who are starting to upgrade, yeah, that's my other reason I'm trying to upgrade is because once I start doing live 2D, I know it's going to start just eating my PC's fucking everything. Also, I got to do that RAM update that I was talking about with Ghost Queen, or not RAM update. I got to... Oh, oh yeah, I know. That's why I was concerned about doing it before. Let me see. So this leg, I want coming down like this. Yeah, I know. I've seen Michi's setup, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, but wasn't she talking about upgrading that too? It's just finances haven't been there for it. I swear she was talking about doing an upgrade. Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, maybe that's what I'm remembering is the conversation. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, because I'm only able to lurk while I'm at work when you guys are like hanging out, it makes it so I misunderstand some of the conversations now and then. Yes. Hey, Zil. See, so if I'm throwing this, you know what? I'm changing the leg setup again. I don't know what it is. I like a pose, but then I don't like how it looks with the rest of the pose sometimes. But how you doing? For what? Hmm. Kinda. Funny enough, I'm actually looking at something similar to that. Problem is I'm trying to do one of those like body moving forward, so I keep trying to get like the leg positions to look like they're behind it. And for some reason it feels like I'm failing even though I'm doing it right. I'm just not liking the pose. So I keep like bouncing between different images trying to find hip and leg placements that I like and not make it look disjointed. Like the upper body I like right now. I mean, we all get to EPs. That's completely fine. No, thank you, Iris. This actually some of these do help. I'm just trying to get the one that works best for this angle. Oh, I think I found one off of this. There's a 3D model piece I just scrolled down to. Simplicity helps. I swear to God, one of my favorite things that I find for these, and this is the models that people buy, like the $700 ones out there, those things tend to have great pose like references. And because most people buy the ones where they're in like swimsuits and stuff, they're pretty much just anatomy. All right. I get so confused when people do tricks like this. I've used clips. I just don't like when I have to like really fight to reposition one and it does not want to work with me. Nah, like, hang on. So basically, what I do on Pinterest a lot of the times is I'll see like I'll use this one. I'll find something like this if it'll let me copy image. Why does Pinterest have to be such a pain for copying image? Sending it, and then I'll just use that as the reference because those models are already set up, and then there'll be like 20, 30 different pictures of it. And also, I know my PC isn't weak. It's just it probably needs slight upgrades. Yeah, the only problem is I didn't like the way that it was going with the one, but like I said, off the one you just sent me, it linked another model pose that actually works really well. And it's a real simple one, so I can see the shapes. So yeah. Ah, screw correct. That does that, that does that. This would be a little bit lower, because Opie have slightly smaller arms. I DM'd Opie what the cup size of Boss Man is supposed to be because this model doesn't really have anything it looks like, but I know that there is something out there that has a little bit of like I think she's supposed to be in the B cup category. Because at this pose, you would have a certain amount of chest exposure downwards. And I don't want to like give her just flattening. Okay, so I want this hip going out this way. Oh yeah, no, that I love finding those cuz one, yeah, they're very pretty. True. Like this tie going into them and everything else, it's just it makes it hard for me to tell cuz I think she's like I said, there's a little bit here you can tell because of how the figure is. I just don't want to be like, oh, by the way, I gave you the anime double D's that they do with everybody. When her design is not anime double D, obviously. But I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I made you completely flat. So I'm just trying to get a like general census from her on what her body preferred type is for her character design. Yeah, that too. So then I have to figure that out. So this leg. See what I was doing here that was probably a really dumb way of doing it. Corset and leaning forward. There's a little bit of like a fold in the skin for this. It's like the only piece of her torso that would be showing. Oh no, wait, this side goes all the way up. You have. Oh, there's 3 pieces to the leg here. So, and then we have this one, so that goes up to here. I keep telling Ghost Queen she's smart as fuck, but yes. Actually, last year I did 100 days of art, and it was all and pose referencing. Funny enough, I started off just trying to do faces, and then it just turned into full gesture. But yeah, no, I need to do it again. Not necessarily the 100 days, but I need to do more experimental practice ones, and I've actually got a small friend group that's kind of doing the same right now. Problem is yet again, my work schedule just fucks me on being able to do stuff with other people. But yeah, we were doing basically they have a like timer one, so they pop it up and it plays like you get 2 minutes to try and get as fast into the gesture pose as possible, just doing breakdown of shapes. And so I've been trying to find time to hang out with them, but the problem is like it'll literally be they're hanging out at like 7, 8 o'clock my time, and then they finish around 11, which is right when I'm getting out of work. It's not that I haven't been able to hang out because they've gone later a couple of times, but it's just my schedule is absolute ass. Honestly, if you're ever free and you want to give me some lessons, I'm. Oh, also, I'm working on because after I'm done with this piece, I'm gonna do everything focusing on Live 2D. If you want to do some like tutor sessions, I'd be really grateful. I'm also talking to one of the Live 2D artists I know about paying her for her time and giving me some like tutorial stuff to do because I'm really bad at like following the YouTube videos because they're sorry. Sorry for ads. Huh? Hey Soda. Oh no, this is for my friend Opie over here. Hey, no ads. Let's go. It would probably be around this time. Like I can't do later in the day. But if you have like later in if you have time, I don't want to impose because I know you're busy as fuck as well. Also, Night Rain. Yeah, but I know you were also Eepy before. Let me see these post sites you just sent. I love how I'm just like stopping every 5 minutes. It's kind of also how my brain works. Line of, I'm gonna pin these. Just because I know I'm not gonna remember them all. Sex, yes. Clothing, yes. Oh, that's completely fine. It's just I keep like starting. Oh, I like the. I think this is the one that they're using. That it has a timer system, so I can practice. Oh, okay, yeah. The Sketch Daily is actually a really good one. I could probably use that. That'd be good for like start of stream warm ups. And it lets you choose like what kind of clothing and stuff you want. Do you want them to be wearing full outfits? Well, I wasn't gonna do necessarily nudes, but that's also because if I'm doing it on stream, I don't want to be like, and here's where the dingling goes. Hey, I found a reference for you. Actually, that is a really good pose reference, but it's hilarious. Welcome back from ads to those who were suffering in them. Sorry. Honestly, those are really good poses for kind of what I'm doing, but I don't want to like lose the one that I had. Okay, why is she? Oh, I'm mispositioning the foot. That's why. Give me a sec. This should be over here more, like that. Just poking out. And nothing else. No, I know you don't really give a shit about, like, naked dudes and women. Whammon. But it's still fun to give you shit about it. I don't know. I've seen some of those model poses where they just did not shy away from anything. And then this would go up. I mean, if a teacher cared, then it would be a little bit weird. Hey, Rack, welcome on in. We're actually having an art discussion on an art stream for once. Except for the question of the day. Question of the day is still a funny. I feel like that's a little off still. Should have the toes doing this. Also, I'm still waiting to hear. No, I'm good. Sorry about yesterday, everyone. Yesterday was power outage happened, so none of my alarms went off, and all of my clocks were blinking, and I didn't notice it when I first woke up because it was pitch black. Like we were in the middle of a mega storm, and yeah, I was almost late for work because when I woke up, I had like 35 minutes to get to work. So I went into panic mode. I actually just texted my boss, "Hey, I might be late." Those computer was already off. Hey Ken. Yeah, it was one of those like uh text boss. Luckily, even he knew that it was bad because apparently they had two knockouts at work for power, and that's not a good thing when my factory goes down. So what wound up happening, from what I heard, is maintenance didn't pay attention, so nobody gave us an alert. So some of our machinery got knocked out, and they spent half the day getting some of the robots to work again properly. And yeah, I'm surprised somebody didn't get their ass chewed out for that because if our robots break, it is a lot of money. Like one of them is a $250,000 machine, and replacing it and anything else is still like another quarter to half a million for all the repairs. Okay, why am I not liking the shin? Like the pose reference works completely fine for it. So what am I screwing? Oh, I'm giving her too much here. True, I don't mind doing the trace overs. It's just I'm trying to get to the point where I can get the anatomy in my head to where I just see the shape, but tracing is a good exercise for anatomy breakdowns. I just struggle with it. Actually, one of the best exercises I ever started doing when I was doing those last year was I would trace over a like body pose, and then I would redraw it on the side right next to it and try and get it as close to like accurate as possible. Okay, so then the other leg kind of do. We would have. Hi, Nicola. I'm sorry to hear that. I. Fair enough. Rack went straight to the like classics. I'm still sticking by mine. I'm never naming my daughter 2B. The internet search history related to my daughter would never be a good thing. Man, I still gotta get her face down, but it's getting these legs and for shortening them has been a pain to me. It's all good. You don't have to explain anything, but I hope everything work out. See, I understand foreshortening here, but my brain for some reason is not doing it right with this leg. It's moving it forward and it should be moving it backwards. Maybe if I just do basic shapes real quick. So we want this. Wait, what? Hear me out. To be first of her kind, rule of 30. Yeah, she'd be the ruler of 34, but then I don't want my kid growing up with the rule of 34 being her title. Rain understand art hand does. Yes. That's basically where I kind of sit. So then I have to like sit here and try and break down the shape a little bit better. Maybe if I have this. Good. Just name him Kid. Well, you see, that doesn't work out too bad in America because you got famous people like Billy the Kid. So then they would just have to be like Kid Danger, Kid Keck, Kid Yoey. That's all we would do. Kid works out pretty well. Keck W. See, no, I feel like that one would actually be pretty based. If you were named Keck W, you would be like fucking Giga Chad in school for like at least through third grade. Like, is Keck W in class? Monka S, yes. Monka. Pe- Let's go. As long as you're working through the whole diabetic thing, make sure you're taking care of yourself on that, okay, Nicola? This foot isn't quite right. The shape ain't great either, but there we go. Kind of. Mm. If that shin's that way, this foot should actually picture the shape in your head. You got this. Something like this more? Yeah. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Oh, honestly though, because I did a little bit of solo matches and all that last night for Night Rain, I have to admit, seeing the gaping dragon again was exciting. But holy hell, do you notice the difference between Dark Souls 1 bosses versus like more modern ones? Also, getting Smelter Demon solo is an absolute dick. I tried something and I found out he does not actually succumb to rot, which was sad. Okay, looking at this hand, the fucking knuckles are all off. Dung dung dung. Dung dung. Okay, let me see this from a distance, how that look. I'm kinda not liking this hand right now, but that's gonna be just redrawing it. This weekend I am going to still be doing the collab with Ghost Queen on Night Rain. Potato unfortunately can't make it this week, so we're calling in somebody else. I am planning on probably playing God of War on Saturday, and then it is a toss up between ZZZ Friday and or possibly solo Night Rain, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with that, so I don't know. Most likely ZZZ because I still want to play through that, and apparently the newest story that just dropped, even though I'm like a mile behind, was really fucking good. Like they went anime as fuck from what I was getting told. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Yeah, I like playing. I'm gonna be honest. People for what trailer for what? But anyways, real quick. So here's the thing. I do better in Souls games solo than I do with other people. I saw one teaser trailer for the newest piece because of the new girl who dropped, and Miyabe and her having their giant duel just looked fucking amazing, which is why I want to get to that point in the story. So yeah, ZZZ is still on the table. And God of War is just because I still want to beat the goddamn Valkyrie. Okay, I see what I did wrong here. I need to go back to the leg. Some of it. I tried to avoid because I don't want to actually know what happened. And you know me, I actually like ZZ. Even though people don't seem to get it, ZZZ is because part of it is because it's so anime and funny. But then the other part is they can like switch gear into action scenes that really work well for them. So this should be doing more like this. So I get the knee down here. And then we can shoot the leg up. Leg going too far up. Need it more like right here. And then the I told you it has a lot more to it. People don't seem to believe me, but it unlike other gacha games, I'm sorry, this was my problem with Genshin. Oh, the archons, the gods, everything. We just run through this world and kind of poke stuff. Wuwa isn't bad. It's just it falls into that same thing. When I see stuff like that where they're like big epic world of mystic fantasy and I just want to be this character, but mystic blah 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 blah, and my brain just shuts off. It's weird because I can love like Elden Ring and stuff for that, but when it comes to gotcha games, maybe it's because you're saying that these are the all powerful gods, and then you're like power scaling some girl who runs a fucking noodle shop 3 fucking chapters later being stronger than them because you just want your newest character to be OP, and it causes me to like shut off. Like I said, I think the major appeal for me with ZZZ has always been everybody is a broke ass bitch just trying to make fucking ends meet. And they actually gave a reason to why some of their characters who are supposed to be S rank are lower and they have S rank versions of them. Because a couple of them are just trying to escape traumatic pasts where they were strong, but they have PTS fucking D like crazy. Yeah, I can understand that too. I just don't have the like mass fucking like craving to always gotcha like that. So I don't fall into the like FOMO. If I don't get a character, oh well, it'll come back another time. And I'll just save up all my shit. And I never spend money on it unless it's like what I did for my birthday. Speaking of which, we still do have the Gunpla stream. I just got to get an arm for my camera so I can aim it down, and then I got to order the stuff and figure out where I'm going to position things. Hopefully, that'll be in the next month. Hopefully, everything's kind of up in the air because of how things have been going around me. Ah! Why the bonk? Hi, Wendy. Let me see. That foot's not quite. Fair enough. See if I just bend this more like this. No, wait. Cancel that. I need this. Nice to know my chat's favorite thing to do is give me concussions. That's better. That's working off of this pose. Funny part is the legs are probably going to end up getting like half covered. Ow, thanks. This fist still feels a little bit too compacted, although I was going to make it where she's like grabbing something, so I still need to work stuff out there. So I think that's more like this finger needs to be pushed over. You have why do you have to put 500 USD into a game? I mean, just I'm sorry. I'm just like my brain is like I buy $50 game, I play $50 game into the ground. Hey yo. Well, I mean, if Ghost Queen actually is being serious about her little future adventures, you may be doing more than bonking in the future with some of her stuff. If you catch my drift. A little do you like jazz going on over there? I'm repping out my friends. Also, I think Iris is still here and she might have commissions open for some stuff. I don't know if she does the full like spices, but I know she does do. So if you want at least somebody who may do commission work for art pieces, not sure where her line is, you can talk to her about that. I mean, she got to pay off the stuff for that computer soon anyways. Yeah, I tried to avoid it, but I just saw like little snip pieces and then after images, and I'm like, God damn it, it's so fucking cool. I'm not saying you're gonna go all out, but I'm saying like, I mean, Wendy is a furry, and she kind of do like some, tatas now and then. So, and I know you probably don't have that much of an issue with like no shirt. I mean, I don't have a problem with doing pretty much any spicy. Oh no, I know the new girl's been being like hinted at for a minute, and it's kind of a lot of people are going crazy for her. I've also already seen some mod outfit. What what really made me laugh though is some people have already been doing some like mod outfits for her, and they're not even doing like the super spicies like they did with the other ones. My favorite one I saw so far was they just gave her a business lady outfit. And I'm like, yes. I mean, I can watch the trailer at the end of stream today. I don't mind. I got some time. Okay, we're gonna hide this finger back here a little bit more so we can roll this hand forward. Whoops. Yeah, I have no idea what you just said other than switching versions. I kind of understand, but at the same time, I stoopy. I don't touch anything 3D yet. Yeah, I've kind of noticed. I'm definitely gonna probably try and pull her, but I still wish I could have gotten lighter, but since I didn't, I didn't. He'll come back around. I'm like reverse gotcha mentality. I just go, yeah, FOMO doesn't really work on me. Okay, I'm liking this hand better now. Let's erase some of this in here because that shouldn't be there. What do you mean it's time to... Iris, what do you mean it's time to stop? That is great perspective work I gave you. For short people. Or for dealing with me when I decide to commission you. Hey, Mala. Not too bad. Trying to figure out how to make this hand look more hand. This knuckle should be coming up more. This should have, like, secondary right there, so then we get an emphasis of the knuckles. Yeah, I'll probably watch it at the end of stream. The problem is I need to start doing actual React content and then, like, actually making stuff out of that if I'm going to do it. Because there's no... Yes, reacting here is good, but if I react and then put it on YouTube, that would probably be better, but the problem is finding time to do it. Also... I mean, if you ever need art and I have the time, feel free to hit me up. I love doing stuff like that, but, you know, I can't do it on stream, so therefore I usually have to do small chargings. Just because time restrictions. Yeah, like video trailers, stuff like that coming out. Funny stuff, anything like that. That's why I had a suggestions channel before, but people just didn't post anything, so... I don't think people understand what React content was when I brought it up, and I'm like, it's literally, if you have... Yeah, but the problem with multi-streaming for me right now is just figuring out how to set it up properly and how to do it, because everybody I know who does it keeps saying that they'll help me, and then they just go, oh yeah, I forgot. Or it's like they send me a video, and I'm like, the video doesn't make sense. It's not doing what they're saying it does in the video, because I stoopy. Plus, I don't know if my PC and RIT setup can handle it. I mean, if you have time, I'm willing to listen. It's just whether or not I can actually figure it all out too, or if my PC can handle doing it. Because I know some people said that it's a real pain trying to stream between YouTube alone and, like, Twitch. Then there's also the problem of my mouth being very vile and vulgar, and, like, YouTube and Twitter especially having issues with that. Because I've heard people getting blocked off of Twitter just for things that they say, and I'm like, have you heard how I talk? Okay, so the best part is I'm going to be drawing over some of this in a second. And I still got to get her face on here. Okay, so that's there, that's there, that's good. Don't know why this is here like this. Night Rain's been a blast. I'm still trying to beat the freaking, like, next boss. Like I said, the mixed reviews are either people who didn't know it was going to slap like a fucking truck, which I expected, or two, there have been some, like, connection issues, but I mean, since when has a Souls game not had netcode issues? And plus, I could give two shits half the time about people wanting to whine on the internet about a mixed review. Some people just want to whine to be able to whine, and that is it. And I just don't care enough. See, so knuckle would be here, knuckle would be here. Another knuckle right there, another knuckle right there. Thumb is con. Now you see, while that's a good thing in some ways to do, you should always form your own opinions on stuff. Don't ever go, Well, this one person has good opinions because that one person can be wrong, including me. And another reason is because if you enjoy something and I don't, you should not go, oh, he didn't enjoy it, so therefore I shouldn't enjoy something. Form your own opinions. This is a thing that I hate in the streaming culture in general, and I'm not saying it at you, Mal. I'm saying it in general because I see this all the time. People have this mentality of this entire way that we do things and everything has to be because this one person dictated it. This one person liked it, so therefore I like it. No, have your own personalities, have your own opinions. Do not become NPCs for other people to tell you what to do. Listen to opinions, yes. Listen to what other people have to say, yes. Form your own opinions and always have your own thoughts on something. Even if your thoughts and opinions happen to be coincide with that person, that's completely fine. Just never go, my opinion doesn't matter, this person's opinion is what dictates my thoughts. Sorry, I rant on that one because that is something that has triggered me for forever. Oh, I really like this game, but Moist Critical said he didn't enjoy it, so I will. Oh, I really like this, but Asmongold said he didn't like it, so I won't. Oh, I really did this, but then, this one other person, Joe Rogan, said they didn't like it, so I won't. I don't care. If you enjoy something, enjoy it for what you enjoy. Sorry, I'm gonna get screamy and ranty in a second if I keep going down this rabbit hole. Panda Dude coming to Rivals. Or to ZZZ. Oh, speaking of which, I had to laugh at something for Marvel Rivals the other day. They're doing new skin releases for the summer events, and they finally gave some eye candy for the male characters. They're doing shirtless Weapon X Wolverine, and holy hell, did they supersize his chest? Black Widow is actually really strong right now, and she's slept on like usual because she doesn't have a one shot. But if you do the Punisher team up, she has a multi shot, and that multi shot is basically death. You hit 2 shots with her, you kill anybody on a like body hit. Really, the major issue people have is they sit still too much with her. If you can keep her moving and shooting, you're terrifying. My issue is I have no good aim because I'm playing on controller. That hand is terrible. It's not a bad hand, it's terrible for this position. It needs to be slightly tweaked. Yeah, that's usually what happens. I did that to like 2 characters the other day because I've been running Snow because I've been trying to get better as a healer, well, as a support, and because she has her freeze ball, I think I hit one person on the other team 7 or 8 times with her freeze ball in one match. They were getting obviously frustrated because they started just aiming at me a lot. If I had better aim with her, I would probably actually be decent. True, but the thing with React content is you want it so then people will see it. Just reacting on stream isn't going to do much other than maybe entertain the people here, which is fine. But I would need to set up something so I could edit the video down for reaction and then put it on YouTube. And it wouldn't be on the basic YouTube channel I have. I'd have to set up a separate YouTube channel for just React content. Then I'd have to upload to that. The way that YouTube functions right now is basically if you do something like I do art, you'd want a separate channel for that, gaming, separate channel for that, and then reaction, separate channel for that. And then you'd have to 35, 35, 35 split it, or 33, 33, 33. So then you can put your effort and time into all of those to keep all the channels going. while yes, I have no problem with doing reactions, getting any kind of growth on YouTube is really hard if you're not constantly uploading in that section. Like 2 videos a month is usually a good one to go off of, but if you actually want to grow, because the way the algorithms work right now, it goes off of, are people watching you fully? So how long do they watch the video? And is there any interaction with chat? Primarily, it's how long is it watched. That meta changes all the time, but yeah. But then you have to constantly keep uploading, or those channels do not grow. Like, it is literally just, if you do not have a consistent system, the algorithm just kind of like destroys you. So like I have no problem doing interacts. It's or reactives. It's just if it's not a consistent thing, I'm not going to have a consistent amount of stuff, and since not enough people were redeeming it before or posting it before, like if people want to, if you have stuff, start letting me know. But until I know I have a consistent amount of things people want me to react to, I don't see a big drive for it. Because then that's a lot of energy I have to put in, and I can't just go like, oh yeah, I found this video to react to, because then I've pre-watched it. So true, but then I have to talk to somebody about being an editor. Because right now, me trying to edit has just been huge time consumption. Also, everybody be prepared to check out Twitter and Blue Sky after stream for the big event. Well, the pre-event. Big events at the end of the month. 26th. The thing I've been talking about this whole time. Whether or not people have been listening, that's a whole different story. Yeah, we hit 30 just the other day, and I had to make the video last night. So I also need to talk to Pocky about a few things, and then I need to start. I might have to take like a few days off of stream at some point to work on the model a little bit more, just to update some stuff. But yep, we are officially going through with it now. Why does that look like a dick? What is wrong with this hand? Something just not looking right. Is it the knuckles or... Oh. Yes, I see them rain to my father, as by the water, night, the devil's cry. That song will never not make me sing it. All good. Let me see. So there would be pectoral. This. And the other one would be going up into this arm for the extension. You're not really going to see collarbone. Are you going to see... Oh, wait, no, there would be collarbone right here. Going up. Her outfit is going to cover a lot of that anyways, but I needed to just make sure I had that in position. Okay, how does that look to everybody? Anything seem off? I feel like this knuckle is pointing out too far. This knuckle should come forward more. This one can stay big and fat. Wonk. Wonka. Oh, Iris, if you're there, I have one for you from the other day that I sent to Jim. I think I torture Jin with random memes all the time. There we go. Wait, did I send this one to Lyra? I think I sent this to her. Yeah, I sent it to her. Okay. Ah. You're welcome. Also, I didn't know you were a Shenpai fan. Let's just erase some of that. So then I don't see in my... I have not watched her shit in years. Like, legitimately, I used to watch Shen a couple, like... Before I started streaming, I used to watch her channel all the time, and then I just kind of, like, fell off of it. I don't know. It's one of those, like, you know, when... Fair enough. No, I was watching her channel back when she was first discovering Dark Souls 3. I think that looked good. Something with this back fist is still bugging me, and I don't know what. Like, it feels like it's positioned right, but it feels wrong. Also, I think I just noticed something I can do. Just... Yeah, it's something with the knuckles on this one. The hand is too, square. Like, it's doesn't feel like it's moving, or it's, like, part of an in-motion part. So I think I need to... Actually, wait. What if I just... That's literally it. It was just, it needed to, like, shrink back. That's not perfect, but it's good for a ref, at least. And then I can rotate it a little bit. Also, I needed to... Yeah, the squareness is definitely what's making it have an issue. Also, it feels a little bit big. I'm always EB. Hi, Carmela. Welcome on in.
Approved.
I mean, when am I not tired? I mean, this is me coming up with my own original pose, too, so I think this is pretty decent. Oh, I gotta plan the clothing and everything. Okay, let's try and get the face done for at least... So the head's tilting forward. Which means make a new layer. I want to use red. Red works for eyes for me. Enjoy the vibing. What you vibing to today? Let's see. Her hairline would be like here, and it kind of does this. Nah, you can't be vibing to my stream. There's better stuff to vibe to. Vibe check, vibe check. No, they've fallen for it. I'm scamming them by making them think that I'm streamer. My ultimate scam. Am I streamer? Also, Kay, if you're still there, I have come to the conclusion the volcano is just sprint to the bottom. Like, I have found no reason to try and fight your way through it. It's just literally run to the bottom of the volcano. Which I've also almost made it twice, but I got hit by a fucking random curse again. Oh! I don't know if you've had that one happen yet. I don't know what the triggering event was, but apparently there is a curse that just causes these weird black-white explosions to happen, and they don't do damage to you, but they de-level you if you get caught in one. Yes. Uh, Basically, yes, no. The way that it works is not like other Souls games. You find weapons that have spells on them, like staves that have that, and then you have to deter. Or some of them do have a level requirement, but that's it. There's no like you pick what levels you're building stuff into. The character you pick builds every level specific a little bit differently. So like the Recluse, I think, only gets a little bit of HP each time, but their mana bar and their stamina kind of grow a lot faster. Um, Pretty much every character has an ability to, or has the ability to cast at least some spells, but they'll have different like levels to them. And then you get different items because it's a roguelike. It's not really a usual Souls game. It's a roguelike with a Souls freaking coat on. And a difficult scaling of what the fuck. Also, you can now parry and backstab with bows and shields, which is a feature you haven't seen since Dark Souls 2. Well, technically 3, but 3 was with a glitch. Honestly, for as much as people usually complain about like different features and like they think they should do more with the Souls with any Souls game, because people don't really understand how much goes into them. One of the major things I've noticed that I really do appreciate with it is they put a huge amount of time and effort into upgrading or making sure like a bunch of features are in there, which I don't think people realize is harder than they think. Like way harder than they think. You know what? I don't want to do angry face. Yeah, no angry face. What time is it? Okay, I got like 30 minutes. Gonna do that react pretty soon. Wait till Rack gets back. Blip. We're gonna run into that issue where I like my sketch more than I like my actual finished piece again, aren't we? I can already kind of tell. Okay, I need to go over here real quick. I don't know what it is. When I'm doing my sketches, I like how like chaotic and loose they feel. And then when I try to refine it, I don't like the line art I usually come up with, so I need to work better on doing my line art to make it where I like the piece, but it is what is. Also, all my videos are now going to get uploaded to my VODs channel, so if anybody does miss stream and they want to watch them, I do have a secondary YouTube channel, just Yoey VODs. Anybody can go there and check them out. It's a little bit barren right now, but yeah, if anybody wants to follow it just to watch the VODs in the future, so then we have that channel, so then we're not losing it all when it comes to the, Twitch starting to delete all of it. Yeah, so that'll be on YouTube if anybody is interested. Well, let me see. She has the harder flat eyes, so I'm going back to my manga roots on this too. Actually, why am I doing this? I could just use a freaking symmetry ruler because her face is being basically symmetrical here. I can make small adjustments after. Pain? Why pain? Oh, sorry. These eyes are slightly off. Oh well. I mean, if it's not anything major, they can usually tweak that pretty easy. Tweaking a color, unless they're at like a late render stage, is usually not that hard. Late render stage is hard because then you have layers over that can be completely fucked up, and you have to go back in and change that up. But if it's in an early stage, going like, hey, I want this to go from red to blue is not that hard. See, like that's not that hard. Okay, so just a little bit more right here. You know what I haven't watched in a minute and I need to catch back up on is Chainsaw Man. I mean, sketch stage is the best time to say, "Hey, I just noticed something." It's late stage is when it's frustrating for an artist. Like sketching is a very easy time for us to make adjustments. Late stage is when we're like, "Do you know how much I have to go back and alter now and make sure that the layers aren't fucked up?" So, like, early on is the best time to tell an artist, "Hey, I noticed something and I just want to kind of like go in this direction." Trust me, they won't be upset unless they're a dick. And in which case, if they are a dick, then you know that you went with a dick, and you can change your freaking who you're going with at a later point if they want to drop you. Do do do. I mean, I would still message them and just be like, "Hey, can you make sure you don't use purple?" Bingo. Yee. Almost time to do that react. I'm telling you, artists are not mad when you give them specific when you're specific on things. It makes it a lot easier for us because then we don't have to like try and play a guessing game. The more detail we get, the better, because the easier it is for us to paint a mental picture. The hard part is when someone just goes, "Oh, you know, that kind of look, this feeling," and it's like that does not help. That gives me nothing to work off of. These eyes are too low. And also because of the perspective of the face should be at, I'm also gonna have to trim this chin up. I mean, you can always tell them you want to like alter the hair. They an artist should want their client to be happy with what they're making, so telling them that is not an issue. The problem for artists is when you have clients who then go into the whole like thousand changes and none of it makes sense because they're just contradicting themselves, which just shows that they don't actually know what they want in general. Actually, wait, no, the ears should be lower, so the eyes might have been properly placed, and it's the head that was slightly off. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bunch of changes. It literally sounds like you're trying to be like specific on small details, which is always good. Asking for like, hey, can we make all the line art thinner? No, go fuck yourself. Can you completely change the skin tone, lighting, dress, everything else, muscularity, body type, gender swap? No, go fuck yourself. That's when you start to hit those issues. I mean, you can always ask them, "Hey, can I see a couple different like hair styles on it if that's not too much?" You can always just add the if it's not too much because I'm just not sure if I like that design, especially if they know anything about like, how important hair fashion is, which, me being a very very simplistic guy, I know nothing of that. Shaves head, goes bald, am fine. And I'm telling you, it's always at the start when you want to hear the most from your client, not at the late stages. Because late stages makes it so much harder to actually come up with stuff. I mean, if they're a very chatty client or artist too, be like, hey, can we discuss this? Like, can we do some back and forth? Can we freaking like really hammer home what art hairstyles and like features we like? I need to save this. I'm gonna have to do her outfit and everything else later. I still need her to reply on what her OC's chest size is gonna be. Huh, why didn't that send? Oh well. Alright, let's go do this React video real quick. Rack sent me thing. If it'll pause. Oi. Let me just turn my music off real quick. You'd be surprised how often that happens. I think this is my display capture for this. Here we go. I need to figure out how to separate chat as well. Oh, so they were doing the battle simulators. Oh no. Oh no, she misunderstood. Her class just doesn't understand shit. Completely airheaded it. Oh, was I supposed to fight them? Okay, let's compare data. I also love the fact that her little thing is these birds. The chonky bird, the fucking like hawk eagle that she has that in combat. Oh god, just this is another thing for me. Look at the detail even in just these shoes. Like this, 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 this length going around, the little buckle on here, which I don't know why there's a buckle there, but fashion. The little bit of detail here, the crease here, the shading that they did that's at least 4 different tones. Sorry, I'm breaking down the art already. But again, like I said, number one thing, she airheaded this shit so hard and I love it. Oh no, game development is one of the hardest things out there, especially when you get into all the like if you're just on the artist side, it's insanely difficult. If you go into the part about like how hitboxes work, how interactives work, how like the world around it works, it's mind-boggling how much people actually do and understanding why people should shut the hell up when they think that they know what developers need to do. This is why in the gaming industry, a major thing. Sorry, I'm completely off. Also, does this look like a little head right here? I see a little skull right there. I think that's actually a subliminal hint that they're going, yeah, that was a death blow. But anyways, yeah, she almost got her. One of the major things that is in the game dev system does. Oh, I'm in the way. Let me see if I can shrink me. Oh, hang on. Let me make adjustments. Where is it? Let me just do that, so then you're not seeing me open up other stuff. Doop 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 doop. Doop 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 doop. How dat? Better? Better. The fake monster can stays. But no, this looks like a skull. But what I was gonna say is one of the major irritations a lot of game devs I've talked to have is when people just tell them, "Hey, you should just do this." What they want to hear is more like it doesn't feel quite right this way. They want not hard set rules, but like how does it feel? Does it make you upset because it feels like it's imbalanced? Not just it's imbalanced, but it doesn't flow right. It feels like the character is just oppressed. This character just feels boring. Like they want to hear stuff like that so then they can have a better way of understanding what they need to, develop and what they can experiment and play with. Remember, game devs are basically artists who code. That's the easiest way I can put it. Also, yeah, she went instantly for one of her big strikes and was already like, yeah, she almost got me there. Second move. Goddamn. She's still just fucking go. Holy hell! Hang on. I want to watch this all the way through, but holy hell, that little animation break. Look at this closely. I'm gonna slow this down real quick. Hang on. I need to put this at a slower speed. Also, how does it look graphics wise? Speed. Play speed normal. No, we're gonna put this down to a half. Like, watch this. From this flash right here animation, because they had to do a flash frame, they did all of this cutting through her little rift piece. Sorry for the sound deform. That landing, sorry for the pose, already had her slide through about 8 different frames, gets back up. All of her stuff comes flying off to attack. Miyabe just comes flying through one line, deflects. She's already put out her next little beam attack, whatever the slime stuff is. Are you talking about the pose? Oh, I didn't even notice the eagle form. Wait, no, this jumped forward. Why did that jump forward? Don't jump forward. There's where I want it. Wow, it's really hard to just position a single shot. So yeah, she literally goes from this landing. Also, the camera work here is great. They gave great perspective to go from a low shot, so then you're seeing it more like powerful. Blocks, jumps, blocks, moves to the side, slashes through. Love that they included this broken piece of rubble. she's using her bird, which is actually her primary dodge mechanic that I've seen, so they actually included that the same way she fights with. Okay, I'm gonna put this back to normal speed, but holy hell, that little sequence right there. That was just like three less than 3 seconds, and they did all of that. Sorry, I'm gonna let this play through this time. Plus the fact this is all being done in 3D, which is really hard to do for how fast-paced they're making it and how fluid this is. Like, this is some... Oh, damn, she actually got a elbow shot in. Now she's doing her big thing, because Miyabe's whole thing is how fast she can strike over and over, and hers is like being a defensive wall. And still Miyabe just continues the attack. Her assault goes on. Actually, Miyabe won that one. I'm still trying to figure out what her weapon is, because then she has like all. She's like Garo from fucking Naruto, but this like weird black slime gold stuff. Ooze power. I think they may have done it though. I'm waiting till this is over. Holy hell, goddamn! It just broke the fucking training. Okay, one, I love that. Two, the animation there was absolutely fucking ridiculously off the charts. Three, I think they're actually doing something I've been wanting them to do with a gacha for forever, and they may have solved it. They're not just overpowering everybody to, upscale it. It looks like they're using the established strongest to establish another strongest. So I love that. And they're also giving them personalities where they're interacting with each other in another way instead of being lame like they did with Genshin and just, oh yeah, this person who runs a fucking noodle shop somehow is stronger than a god that we establish as one of the oldest and strongest in the series. But no, noodle shop person overscales them. Honestly, with the way that they're going, they could finally start making 3D. They need to talk to these people who are doing these animations. And yes, I know a small scale animation like that still takes time, but they need to talk to them about making that into animation, into like anime, because that's where 3D anime has always struggled, is doing stuff like that. And it looks like they're finally figuring it out. So it makes me happy of what could be coming in the near future. Wait, is my music playing? Oh, it's playing. It's just... There we go. I'm just gonna keep peeking over the table right now. I got a few more minutes and I gotta raid out. I think I got this chin right. I think I was putting her chin too low before. That's a little bit better. The eyes might still be a little too high up. Also, her eyebrows definitely just do a little... But no, like, that's why I've been liking ZZZ. It feels like they're really challenging the status quo on it. Yes, it's still a gotcha, but I mean, you can't fault companies for being something like that. They have to make money some way. Never understood when people are like, but it's gotcha. So, like, they want you to spend money. Yes, but I mean, you'd be spending $50 on a normal game anyways. If you like the game, then what's the problem? Okay, I want that nose to be. I'm going for actually a little more nose feature, not just like the dot, which I don't know if that'll work out or not, but hey, we try. And yes, we need the lower lashes. Fatty is a fatty. It's more just the shape and like lighting that usually goes to them to give them a weird or good look. I feel like her cheeks are a little too far out. Just thin up the face a little bit. That'll help. So she has the one hair that comes down on this side. That's good right there. She has long ass hair, but I don't know if I want to like have it wait, because if she's in a motion, the hair would actually branch up a little bit like this. Probably have some that flares up off of it right here. Also, that little trailer really fucking inspired me to try and do something with my art. Seriously, those little action scenes inspire me so much because that is like one of the things I wanted to do when I was younger. I want to be an animator still, and I want to animate stuff like that. So I might start also working into that after I start doing the Live 2D. So this next year after this one is going to be a lot of me working on stuff for my channel, animations, and other videos, and Live 2D work. I don't know if I'll be like, a full Live 2D rigger or someone's, creating VTuber models for people, but I want to learn it because I feel like Live 2D would give me a lot of stuff to work with for learning how to do special animations. I don't know if I have a dream anime. I have like a million different little videos in my head. You know how like everybody will listen to a song and they start making like a music video in their head, or they make some sort of like they have like some string of thoughts. Like I want to turn those thoughts into something because I have that all the time. Even if it starts off being really simple, like I do those walk animation fucking you got that funk remix video stuff. I want to dance. Hell, I also want to reach out to some of the people I know and see if they'll help work on it with me. Okay, so yeah, it is about that time that I'm gonna have to end though. Let me find somebody to raid out to. I don't even know who's on right now. But thank you all for dropping by. I will be back tomorrow, I promise. I hope you all had a wonderful day. Oh, you know what? I see someone on that I haven't been able to raid in a minute. I think I've only raided. Wait, no. God damn it! He just ended. He literally ended right as I was about to raid. I'm not even joking. It was like I opened up his page. I'm like, oh, he's on, and he just fucking it went by and then ended. Screams in ragey. Okay, I guess we're just gonna raid someone I don't know. Cause the only other artists I know who are on, well, I know a few. Yeah, let's try someone new. It's always fun to raid new people. Oh, they're doing pose work. All right, I don't know this person. Let me make sure that they're okay to raid with. VTuber, TV artist, cat girl, maid, VTuber, digital artist, Sam Smart Fridge. Ha. You know the rules, and so do I. They be Mimi. 9 times out of 10, they're English, or at least they're kind of. I mean, I have one that I've rated who's completely Japanese. No, I'm just making sure that they're not like adult topics allowed, but remember, it is a public chat. Okay, yep, they're completely fine. I was making sure they're not like super say-so, because usually when I raid people like that, it not help. Also, if you want to stick around for the raid, it does help, because both Twitch and it also lets people know, people enjoy the streams and helps the community, and you get points out of it. So, yeah, stick around, have some fun. Also, you get to say hi and, give somebody else a good day. Throwing it back raid. Also, don't forget, be prepared for that video. I'm going to make the announcement in Discord afterwards, but it will be on both my Twitter and Blue Sky. So, I hope y'all enjoy it. Here's the message. Raid message is up. Remember, I don't know this person. I've never been on their channel before. Show some respect. Everybody, let's have some fun. Again, if you don't see the raid thing, remember you can refresh the page. It'll help out. And I will be back to finish this up tomorrow. Holy hell, is it going to be a headache. But I am hoping I can get this done in like a week or two. It's not as tough as a pose as like the 3 that I just did. It's a tough pose, but it's not as tough as 3 different poses on the same thing trying to get the lighting all right. But okay, have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, see, there you go. Have a good one. I will be back within days. Also ZZZ stuff. Bye.